At Gatwick Airport, a flight has just touched down from Port of Spain in the Caribbean. UK Border Agency officers are out in force with the aid of drug detection dogs to stop illegal substances from being imported into the country.
Just lower your bag, please, for the dog.
While sniffer dogs assess the passengers' hand luggage, officers are on the lookout for behavioural indicators.
Hello, sir. Just a quick customs check. See your passport and ticket, please. Shopping with anybody else today? Thank you. What's the reason for your visit? Here on some other business too. What type of other business?
I'm auto mechanic.
Right.
So I look at sourcing foreign use parts.
Right.
Because there are certain cars in Trinidad that parts are hard to come by,
Yeah.
Especially older European vehicles.
Sniffer dog Jessie continues to check passengers coming off the flight, but the officer hasn't finished with the car mechanic just yet.
Because you know it's a customs controlled area. Do you have anything to declare as customs today at all?
Well, I have my suitcase.
Yeah, you've got your suitcase as well.
So, yes.
Yeah. Are these your bags?
Yeah.
Did you pack them yourself? So you're fully aware of the contents?
Yeah.
Has anybody asked you or forced you to bring anything into the country for them? No? You know it's legal to bring in drugs, weapons and things like that, yeah? Okay. And you know about your duty-free allowances?
Yeah.
Cigarettes and alcohol. Okay, so quick look through. You just take a step that way for me. Okay, thanks.
Officers have a very short window of opportunity to stop drug smugglers coming into the country. Intuition is vital in stopping suspicious passengers.
Feels like there's an area in here. I'm just going to cut into that. Okay? Yeah.
After tearing into the briefcase, it doesn't take long to make a significant discovery.
Just found what I suspect to be cocaine there. So I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug. So you don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence. If you don't mention when questioned, it's mentioned later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Okay.
With the inner lining of the briefcase stuffed with a white powder, officers suspect they've intercepted a drug seizure worth thousands of pounds.
Just turn this one off.
The passenger will now be detained and taken to the custody suite for further questioning. Gatwick is the second largest airport in the UK, and numerous flights land from the Caribbean every day.
Lower this one a little bit. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Officers are observing passengers from a Trinidad and Tobago flight, and sniffer dog Lucy is using her sensitive nose to search for traces of drugs. A lone female passenger has caught the eye of officers, so she's pulled over in the customs channels to answer a few questions about her visit to the Caribbean.
Do you know anybody out in Trinidad and Tobago? Do you have friends out there?
I visited a friend there in Tobago.
Oh, right, okay, so you stayed with him or her?
Yeah,
Is it a lady or a man?
it's a man.
A man, okay, right. Okay, so you've come back, these are all your bags, are they? This and this here? You know everything that's in these bags, you pack them yourself? Do you know it's...
But the woman starts to get upset because she's already had her bag searched in Trinidad and Tobago.
Did you pay for your trip yourself?
My friend paid.
Oh, your friend who lives out there, is it? Okay.
And I don't think he's a drug dealer.
Okay.
Officer John is immediately alarmed by the woman's last comment.
Do you use drugs or anything, or does your friend use drugs as far as you're aware?
What do you mean drugs?
Class A, what we call Class A, cocaine, heroin?
Never used any drugs.
That's great. Thank you for letting me...
A swab test is carried out on the woman's suitcase.
Okay, wait me one moment.
The test will show whether the woman has come into contact with any drugs on her visit to the Caribbean.
It's come up as positive for contact with cocaine. So I'll ask the lady now, she can explain why that would be in her case. I'll just ask her a few more questions. Okay, madam, that machine test has come up positive for contact with cocaine. Is there any reason, as I say, ask again, do you use cocaine or does your friend use cocaine as far as you're aware?
The woman gets tearful, which raises John's suspicions even further.
But you don't use it, you're certain about that? Okay. Well, because of that, it means I do need to turn it out and have a quick look inside it, okay? Don't worry, don't get upset. Don't worry.
He put something in my bag.
Well, let's see. How long have you known your friend?
Not very long.
Okay. And how do you know him? From
I
where?
met him in London. He lived in London and he just moved there with a business and he looks like he's really having a business and he's a respectable person. I don't know.
Okay.
Clearly, the woman doesn't know her male friend very well. John has further doubts about her story.
Has he forced you to bring anything here?
No,
Are you sure? Because now's the time to let me know.
he hasn't given me anything. Like, he hasn't told me anything to carry with him for him.
Right, just have a quick scan through the x-ray. It's just at the end of the hall there, so if you just wait for me and have a look what I'm doing, you just stay there. She's tearful and she seems quite nervous. And she said one comment that got me a bit interested. She said, "Oh God, I hope he hasn't put anything in my bag," which is an odd thing for somebody to say.
The x-ray of the bag will show if the woman knows more than she's letting on. The man arrested on suspicion of smuggling cocaine in a briefcase has been brought over to the airport's custody suite. Having been caught red-handed, he started changing his story.
When we took him to his cell, we said that the satchel was handed to him by somebody else at the airport. He was asked to bring that through. So this isn't his case. But then he already told me that it was his earlier on. We made the arrest because we found a package inside, which is in the front here, in the front wall, and in the back wall. Earlier on I cut into the front one. So what I'll do now is just remove some of that white powder with my knife. This goes blue. And yep, there we go, so it's gone blue, so that's positive. That should be cocaine.
With their suspicions confirmed, the drugs in the briefcase will now be assessed and weighed before the passenger's story is formally investigated.
There was only 5 envelopes in there. And now I've taken those out, it's still quite heavy. You can feel that the walls are quite wide. There's no need for them to be that wide. You can feel that there's something in there, front and back. The back section is quite well done though. With regards to stitching, you can't really see anything wrong with the stitching. It's just literally how thick it is. The courier himself, I don't know how much money he would have got, maybe £1,000, £2,000 perhaps. But then the risk of getting caught, you know, losing out on all the money, it's quite high as well.
The briefcase was found to be carrying over 2.5 kilos of cocaine, with a value of more than £125,000. In Gatwick, a woman's suitcase is being x-rayed after it tested positive for the presence of cocaine.
The case doesn't appear to have any concealments in it, it's very light.
Nothing is found hidden in the suitcase, but Officer John isn't finished with the woman yet.
How come my bag is a reading if there's anything in there?
Well, that's what's intrigued me. That's what's intrigued me.
The mystery behind the high cocaine trace means the search is taken to the next level.
Now, as I say, I've had a look in your bag. I'm satisfied there's nothing in there. I'm quite happy about that. But sometimes people do bring in drugs on their body or inside their body. And what I'd like to do is to do a search, check, my female colleague's going to do that, just to check to see that you're not carrying anything on your body. Because of the high reading and because of where you've come from. That's my concerns. Okay?
Despite the woman's tears, she's led away to have a strip search.
Right, if you just want to take a seat for a minute, because I've just got some forms and stuff to fill out, all right?
The woman's shoes are also taken away to be swab tested. Positive traces of drugs found from this test often suggest that the passenger is carrying drugs inside their body.
That's quite a low reading for cocaine on the shoe, not anywhere near what was in the bag. And where she's come from, Trinidad and Tobago, then that maybe isn't an unreasonable background contamination.
Nothing is found during the strip search, and John is happy she's not carrying anything illegal.
Thank you very much for your patience with us, all right? We're happy there that you've got nothing, so you're free to go on your way as soon as you're ready. Thank you. The strip search is very invasive. We wouldn't do that for no reason whatsoever. That's quite a big thing, and obviously she was quite upset by that. We're not going to do a body scan unless it actually is justified, and in this instance that wasn't warranted, so we didn't proceed to that. And I believe that she didn't have any prohibited or restricted goods on her this morning.